The EU is one of those heraldic, mythical hippogriffs or beast or chimeras. It is a chimera. It was absolute bliss. I was 24 and the former editor of this newspaper, Mr. Max Hastings, decided that I was the guy to run the Brussels office. And I went out and I had every possible luxury and convenience. And those were the great days, of course, when nobody had mobile phones. And one day they tried to get me a pager. But my brilliant and resourceful secretary, Therese Ketele, worked out that in order to build a pager for me, they would have to construct a mast on the roof of the luxurious flat that I then inhabited, and it was impossible. The only way people could discover the news was when they woke up in the morning and there it was on the front page of the Daily Telegraph, telling them what had happened. And I had a sort of save get. You still have save get keys. A save get kind of intro, which was Britain stood alone last night as, and then I would fill in whatever it was, as Europe proceeded with plans to abolish the prawn cocktail flavour crisp or whatever, or abolish the curved cucumber. What was going on then was naked and blatant hypocrisy by the British government, because they were continually pretending to the people of this country that they were standing firm in Brussels against the attempts by the other countries and by the Commission to harmonise and regulate everything, whereas in reality they would go out there and they would always do deals and capitulate. Even Mrs. Thatcher, Euro-skeptic, famously rebarbative about the European Union, even she and some of her immediate advisors could be quite tricksy about what was really going on. So I was there for the birth of the euro, which I continually prophesied, accurately I'm proud to say, would be a disaster, a Procrustean bed on which the European economies would be forced to obey norms and monetary policy that wasn't suited to their domestic situations. And that is indeed what has happened, and you've now got a continuing and intensifying problem. The EU would be a lobster. I'll tell you why it would be a lobster. Because the EU, by the very way it works, encourages its participating members to order the lobster at the joint meal, because they know that the bill is going to be settled by everybody else, and normally by the Germans. So that's what the EU would be. It would be a gigantic lobster with a butter sauce or something like that. Since I know you're going to use this bit. You've got to get this in. It's just been framed out. Has it? Sorry. If I tell you what, if the EU were an animal, I'll tell you what it would be. It'd be a lobster.